we go into the Long Branch?
Sure.
Get a drink? Hey everybody.
Hi everybody.
So it's mid to end October. We're in Dodge City, Kansas. On our way back. Some are looking at us weird while we were going north in the winter, but it is what it is. So Dodge City, we're going to go visit the Boothill Museum, which is the original location of the Boothill Cemetery. I know there's one in Tombstone as well, but we're going to check this out. Dodge City's where Wyatt Earp made a name for himself as the assistant marshal in trying to tame this Wild West town. Yesterday, we were subjected to sandstorms.
And the Murray be sad.
Gusts 60 to 65 miles an hour, and they were broadsiding the trailer.
Yep.
You could certainly feel it inside.
And of course it helps when you have a Scottish Terrier, you feel a little bit like Dorothy and Toto in Kansas. We're in Kansas. And I apologize to people in Kansas for that reference.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
But
But
that was
it is-
something else.
It's the cowboy capital of the world. It's
That it
Dodge City.
I haven't felt any dust storms like that since I've been in Iraq. But it was intense, and it lasted all day.
Lasted all day. It was
So-
kind of funny. But
We decided to spend another night so that we could see the attractions today, and then we'll head out tomorrow.
yep.
But come along with us as we explore the old Dodge City. Get ready to go through a blue beacon. See if we can get this cleaned up. Voila. Clean truck. Clean home. Blue Beacon does such a great job. Pretty good dust storm. High wind warnings. Dodge City looks like it's covered in a fog, but it's actually dust.
It's a little windy in Dodge City. And the only person who's enjoying it is the 5-month-old Scottish Terrier. Let's go chase some leaves.
The dog only wants to walk with the wind, so I don't know how you're going to get back to the camper, Steve. It's about 39 miles per hour, according to weather.com. Somebody wants to chase some leaves. And there's the carry.
Well then, on with the show.
Statue of James Arness, who played Marshal Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke, at the Dodge City Visitors Information Center. The Boothill Special. When the railhead was established in Dodge City in 1872, it became the ideal location for shipping buffalo hides to points east. I didn't know they had bottled water back in the late 1800s, but
We are in Dodge City. Steve is facing off with Doc Holliday, otherwise formerly known as John Henry Doc Holliday. A beautiful statue by Janet Zobel.
Boothill Museum.
Walking Front Street, it's easy to see back in the past, looking for a place to hitch your horse after riding in.
Bail bonds. Huh? All ads stuff.
I know, the cowboys cute.
It's the Trail of Fame in front of us.
Part of the city walking tour, the Trail of Fame is marked with sidewalk medallions and statuaries to commemorate the many famous and infamous denizens of historic Dodge City.
Dodge City lies on the 100th meridian, the 100th longitudinal line west of Greenwich, England. So this is Gunsmoke Street.
The probation and court service.
How would you like your probation and court services on Gunsmoke Street?
Yeah, right?
This is the $1 Million Block is what it's called. Probably for 1850s. Eisenhower Park. Central Station Bar and Grill. Steaks and ale. Central Station Ribeye. Supposed to have their own personal glaze. You got patty melt?
I got the patty melt with cheddar and fries.
We'll let you know how it is.
The Boothill Museum is a private, non-for-profit museum. Gift shop is free to visit and purchase, but you'll need to purchase a ticket to actually get into the museum itself.
This is beautiful. Now see, this is a museum. Fort Learned is a national park. There's Fort Learned in Kansas. Look at it going the entire. What is that?
Right, I'm coming.
Is that whiskey?
You think I'm content to dole whiskey 2 bits to the ladle? Every whiskey you could possibly imagine. Cigars from Havana, card tables. I'm about to put up a big mirror behind the bar. When I first started, it was all buffalo hunting. That's why they call it Buffalo City. I'm not sold on the name. I think people really want to go to a place called Buffalo. Took a war, a terrible war, to settle things. Now everyone's moving west. The railroad's still going to move west, and others will come looking for a shelter and a place to get a drink. And I aim to offer both. All right, all of you, out! Out with it!
Dodge City was born. From a few tents and frame buildings, soon grew into the trade center of the plains. Known as the wickedest city in the West.
Out of this chaos comes legendary lawman Wyatt Earp.
You know why it's called a shot?
Why what's called a shot?
Because the one cartridge was worth the same as an ounce of whiskey. So oftentimes they would pay with a cartridge, a shot.
Interesting.
What do you call 44 or 40 Winchester rifle cartridge cost a dime, as did 1 ounce whiskey. So if you were low on cash, you might get the barkeep to swap a cartridge for whiskey, hence the term shot.
Didn't know that. It's quite the coat. I bet it kept you warm.
Wow, so
When the wild buffalo
they were so heavy they created water holes, just the way elephants do and the Africans do it. You know. And in a place with no trees, their dung, of course, is the perfect fuel source. No smoke.
Yeah.
No smoke.
Guns of the Buffalo era.
This museum is extremely impressive. If you have ever been to a presidential library with all of the interactive displays, this is very similar.
Branding irons.
Some of the more famous ones. Drovers and dust beaters.
You should absolutely plan on an entire day to take in this museum.
Outlaw or lawman. There's Masterson, Earp, Short, and James Kelly.
Matt Masterson. Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp, huh? Heard of you.
Blizzard of 1886. Coupled with the fires of 1885 and 86.
I would just say this makes the trip worth it in here, just to hear the four of them talking.
Bantering with each other.
Yeah, it is the coolest thing.
That's cool.
This is 100%. The kids
Welcome to Dodge.
can get into this.
I'm back, Pat Masterson. Or have you already heard of me? Just about everyone has, seeing how long I've been in Dodge. Wyatt here just came back. Couldn't stay away.
You know, I still remember the fellow that shot Spike Kennedy. He was aiming for a lover.
Mayor Kelly.
He shot her
I
instead.
suspect this one's not working.
Didn't even know he killed her until we arrested him.
Why did he spread germs? He convinced Harvey House to stop serving milk in communal pictures. Obviously, they set up for how short the buildings are. I mean, when you don't have modern construction techniques, and they have fronts on the front of them, so you can put the sign, just paint the sign. Genius. Think about it. That is a American architecture right there. And then all burned down, they built it up in brick. I love it.
Well, between Memorial Day and Labor Day, they actually have role players and everything. Hey, the Long Branch Saloon is open.
That's still buried there, are they?
He was planted, as they call it, with his boots on. He was the first person buried on Boot Hill. September 1872. Callahan, 1878, hanged for being a horse thief. But he wasn't really guilty. Steve O'Hara, 1873. Deadeye was killed.
So this thing was
Red Eye ruined his dead eye, and he was killed in a fair fight.
8 smaller ones.
An authentic jail in Fort Dodge.
The museum includes a tribute to those in Hollywood that made the Wild West infamous on the silver screen. An office depicting the way it may have been during Wyatt Earp and Bat Masterson's tenure in Dodge City. Dodge City is known as the cowboy cowgirl capital of the world and includes what they call the Cowboy Museum. The grounds are far more expansive than led to believe. Be sure to check out the nook and crannies for hidden graveyards.
It's a real store. Oh, cool. Watch the door.
Shall we go into the Long Branch?
Sure.
Get a drink?
Sure.
Hi there.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, he's in heaven. Tin ceilings, the whole thing.
I just wish you guys did your shows longer, but I get it.
Right.
Don't shoot the piano player, he's doing the best he can. Wow. No card games going.
I'm sorry?
No card games going.
No.
All right, how many cards you want?
My
I'll take
strong.
an 1872.
Okay.
Guess who's in heaven? He's got his foot on the brass. Jordan told he may not use the spittoon. In Dodge City. You can see the tin ceiling. The tin ceiling. Now this is a replica, right?
Yes.
Because the original burned and then came back in as a brick building, if I understand correctly. Okay. But it's exquisite. Right down to that. The wallpaper. This is the local brew that you're trying?
1872.
Which must be brewed somewhere nearby because I could smell hops outside.
Yeah, the brewery's down the street. Yeah.
We know, we're from Milwaukee, another brewery town. We know when the hops are being cooked.
Yeah, I was hoping to get a shave and a haircut.
The museum also contains a massive gun display. Those that won the West, those that the lawmen used, and those that were used to slaughter the buffalo. This one rivals the Billy the Kid Museum.
You got the pharmacy.
Get your snake oil or your opium.
The skeleton in this thing is real. It was an 18-year-old woman from India who had sold her body for use by a saint.
The Front Street Times. Another saloon.
With a naked lady above it.
Cool. I bet you this got utilized a lot.
No, because you had to pay him.
People paid.
In these early times, the ledgers containing who had what was worth more than the money. Moved to the museum grounds is an 1879 cattleman's home and all of its possessions. No TVs, no internet, only common rooms and music rooms where people actually socialized in person.
The blacksmith is known as Smith.
An 1880 carriage and blacksmith shop was moved to the grounds. You truly feel like you might be on the streets of 1850 to 1900 Dodge City. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below.